My great Aunt Frances's pineapple cake was life-changing. Here's Mama with how to make it.
Cake is a regular yellow cake mix, not cooked too long, maybe 20 minutes at most. 2 pans of 9 inches. And then the icing is a cup of sugar, a small can of pet milk, evaporated milk, and a kind of 3/4 of a large can of crushed pineapple.
Now, when you say large, people don't know what that means. You have to say the ounces.
Julie, here's a large. 20-ounce can, but I only used 3/4 of it.
Okay.
And then I drained it so that you don't have any of the syrup. And you put just the crushed pineapple in with the sugar and the pet milk. And you stir it to warm. You get it nice and warm and take it off.
So not hot.
Yeah, you don't want it to both boiling because that's milk. I want you to watch me do this.
These are the 9-inch pans that are about older than I am.
Right, and good luck finding more like that.
So you just use the Duncan Hines regular classic yellow. Simple as that.
And it's 1 cup of water, 3 large eggs, and 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil.
Which is what it says on the box, right?
That's exactly right. Eggs, sometimes I get extra large eggs, but large eggs. The mess is optional.
Regular, cheap, old vegetable oil. 1/3 of a cup goes into the what you laughing at, you?
2 minutes on this. You want to have the cake icing ready for when the cake comes out of the oven 20 minutes after you put it in, so that it can be put on the hot cake so that it will seep in and make it moist.
One less than the other?
A little bit less so that can make it kind of the bottom flat one, and then the top one might have a little bit of a rise to it. So you get a little bit more in one of them. And for my oven, it's important to put the bigger one in the back because it cooks faster than the should be using a convection oven. This is a cup of sugar. I found my 1 cup, so I'm putting 2 half cups. But that's a cup of sugar.
So, small can of pet milk.
Shake. Open with just a can opener. Pour it into the sugar. I'm going to put the oven on just kind of a medium.
Draining the pineapple.
Too much syrup juice will make it curdle. You don't want your icing to curdle. Stir this, and then I'm going to add this. And see, this is just 8 ounces, where that bigger was 12 ounces. So I'm going to put a little bit more of just the pineapple. I think that's plenty enough pineapple. You want to have a lot of juice. That's what makes it good. You want to stir your icing to keep the sugar from getting on the bottom and burning it.
So you got to keep stirring.
Yeah, and kind of, I'm keeping it at a medium heat, not too hot, because I don't want my milk to boil.
Good.
Put a toothpick in the cake, and you check it. Came out clean. It's done. See how it's got some cake on it? We'll let it cook just another minute. The reason I like this cake pan is because it has a little thing that goes around. Makes it easier to get it out of the cake, but if you don't have that, you use butter and flour and maybe a parchment paper or something like that. It doesn't hurt to kind of get the crust off. and then the icing kind of dribbles down into it. There's no neat way of doing this because of the au jus. Keep, see? Okay. Okay. Get that top thing off. That's the best part to eat. And bite.
Sure.
Okay. Now we put
That's what keeps it so moist tasting.
right. The juice is seeping down into that cake.
When we go out, we're going to find Chick-fil-A. I'm going to get chicken nuggets, but I'm also going to get a chocolate shake.
Okay.
I think you still have one in the refrigerator, Miss.
Quiet, please. I'm shooting here. Your audio is.